Okay, in this third video in the series talking about Network Insights Day 2 operations running on the Application Service Engines cluster, let's show you the Day 0 configuration of each of those apps once you have them installed and running. One quick thing before I click open. I just want to notice, I'm in the view of APIC and I've got a number of applications installed. Some of them are running locally on APIC. Some of them have been installed and are running on the Services Engine. How can you tell? Well, the first thing you can do here is if you see this little blue circle with the gears kind of inside, or those circles, that means it's running on the case engine cluster. If you do not see that little extra icon, it means it is running on APIC. If that is not to your fancy, you can click here and show table view, and it will give you a more text-based approach about where these things are, what version are they running, are they active, etc. And you can in fact see that these are NIA, NIR are running on the Services Engine, and that is exactly what I want. So I'm going to start with Network Insights Advisor and do the Day 0 configuration by clicking Open. Now, one little trick here, if you want to maximize the window, you can up here in the upper screen, or if you don't like it, you can minimize it. The first thing we need to do is actually begin setup, so we'll click that. This one's really super easy. The first one is just saying, help us improve our products. This is actually quite important for us. And so I would kindly ask you to leave this checkbox enabled. It doesn't send specific data. It is environment specific. It's anonymized, all of this stuff for us to improve the product and know what's going on with this in ACI. So with that being said, I will click on Done. And after clicking on Done, it's going to take a minute, but then it will go through and start scanning your network and start doing the things that it does best. I'm not going to go through the UI of the app. We'll do that in a different video. But give it some time to start collecting. It's not immediate. It does see, I've got some things in my fabric. There is one thing here. We can just triple check that we have, in fact, connected and claimed the device connector into intersite.com. That's really important. This is how NAE gets its updates on all of the bugs, PCerts advisor, all that stuff that's so important to the value that this application provides, and etc. So I'm going to go ahead and exit out of here and then go back and load Network Insights resources and show you the Day 0 setup of that particular app. Okay, clicking into Network Insights resources. Now this is the dashboard, and again, it does take a couple of cycles to kind of go out and gather things. You can see it's already going about doing its business. Again, I'm not going to go through the UI of the application itself and take you on a demo. We'll do that in a different video. This is just about the setup. So here we can see basic information about what we've got going on. But we want to click is Begin First Time Setup. You have an option here, Early Access Mode, if you want to test beta features and things like that. You can turn this thing on. Just note that once you turn this on, you can't change it later, so be sure that's what you want. Hey, why not? You guys are technically savvy. You can try new things. It does check that you've got NTP configured in the fabric and time zone configured. I've already done that as part of my basic APIC ACI fabric setup. That has nothing to do with these apps, but you want that on, and it's checking that in fact you do have it on. The next thing down is Flow Analytics. You want Flow Analytics. This is like one of the best features of this application. It is going to actually collect, analyze, and give you really good insight on the flows between your endpoints and all of this business. This is highly valuable. You want that on. Now, the reason why you make that choice is if you install the version of Network Insights resources, which I'll unofficially put in light mode, you get everything except Flow Analytics if you run it on APIC. By running it on the Application Services Engine cluster, you get Flow Analytics, and that's why you want to do that. The last thing is also checking that in-band IP is configured. Remember, we did that earlier. We have that all set up. It did do a test. It checked. Everything is looking good, and we can click on Done. Again, this is really just the basic setup of all you need to kind of do. I do want to kind of go into one thing and talk about checking system status and collection status. Here you can see all this stuff is looking good, but if you want to do flow collection configuration, there's one more step you have to do, is configure some rules. Basically, you get to control the boundaries of what you want to collect, what you want to see. Now, it can be everything you want, or you can just focus in on a couple of subnets, depending on scale and how many EPGs and endpoints you have going on. So here you would click add a rule. I'll call this all part 1. I've got a tenant going on, and I'll go ahead and select that information. Now you might just want to go and just collect everything and say add subnet and save. And now what will happen is, as this thing goes about its business of collecting information, it will go ahead and collect flows. In my case, I was pretty loose, just all zeros route, but of course you can be more specific, and you can add more than one subnet here as you like. And note this is on a per tenant and VRF basis. So go to town with the things that you care about most in your fabric. If we go back here and I think everything is good. Now over time you will see these things go green in terms of flows and endpoints and events right now. This is a brand new install, so again, give it some time to start collecting all that information and bringing that useful value that this app brings to ACI. So I will go ahead and basically stop this video, the shortest video here. In another future video I'll hopefully upload soon, I'll actually take you on a tour and a demo of these guys, but that might take a little more time than I have today. So enjoy. I hope you found this useful and that you also see the value in what we're bringing to ACI and DCNM for NXOS with our network insights applications that fall under what we're calling day 2 operations in total. Thank you.